Okay, so, hey, so when I'm filming this right now, it is 4:15 on Wednesday, and I officially got home from my Malaga holiday, which was great, by the way, last Saturday at I got home at after 10 at night. So, yeah, I was originally going to post photos on my YouTube Instagram, which will be in the description with all the other social media stuff, like always is. But then I was like, oh, I've already posted them all on my normal Instagram because I have a personal one too. I just lost my train of thought there for a minute. But yeah, and I was like, well, I don't really know if I want to post them again, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it anyway, just when I'm home instead. There's a weird noise coming from somewhere. Don't know what it is. But yeah, so I was gonna do that when I got back from holiday, but then I kind of deleted the photos and I didn't want to go through the trouble of having to download them all again for Instagram. So instead, I came up with a new idea, and that's what this video is. So I have 4 stories to tell you from my holiday of different little events that happened. It would have been 3, it would have been 5, but it's not, so deal with it. Yeah, what the hell are they doing out there? I just hear sawing coming from outside, so I don't know. But yeah, so I have 4 little stories here. They're not written, they're not scripts or anything, they're actually well, you'll see. So, moving along onto the actual purpose of this video. Story number 1. My first flight. I am not kidding. Until I left to go to Malaga, I have never been on a plane in my life. I am 14, and leaving to go on that holiday I just got back from a few days ago, I had never been on a plane up until that moment. I should also say, before I start this story, I have a fear of heights. It's not all heights, it's certain heights. I'll do certain roller coasters, I'll go on balconies and stuff, I'll look down from certain places. Just depends, I'll do drop rides. It just depends on how high the certain thing is and what are the circumstances, and another thing is they say if you're afraid of heights, it's not the height you're afraid of, it's the drop. And I never really went along with that until I had my first flight, and now I really do. So I was fine going up. Honestly, I did panic a little bit. My mum did get me to say the alphabet backwards. That was a thing. Not my proudest moment, but So I did that, and then we actually got into the sky, and I was like, oh, you know what, this isn't as bad. I mean, apart from the whole, change of atmosphere, and my headache, and my ears wanting to pop, but they didn't, and, when I got into the sky, I was fine. The actual 3-hour flight was fine. But then the landing had turbulence, and that scared the living hell out of me. So, it got to put, I'd grab onto the armrest, because there was a little bit of turbulence on the way down. That's not the worst part, but we'll get to that soon. Yeah. And we had a little bump when we hit the ground. That wasn't as bad. In fact, so my first flight didn't go too bad. I got off, that was fine. We were in Malaga, whoop-de-doo. And then my second flight happened on the way home, the one on Saturday. If you hear that, I am sorry. There's work and whatever they're doing outside. I can't stop that. But yeah, so our flight home, that was great. Again, taking off, perfectly fine. Wasn't scared of that a bit. But in the sky, something happened. It was fine. It was like the seatbelt light was off. You could all walk around. And then we hit some turbulence like we did in the landing of the first flight. Except this was in the sky and lasted for half an hour. Not even joking. We had, like, imagine me, only like my second flight, fear of heights, just half an hour turbulence, really bumpy in the sky. I look outside the window, terrible decision because I see the wings of the plane shaking. That didn't help a bit. So yeah, I was pretty much feared. I feared for my life in that moment. That was a thing. And then, no joke, that lasted half an hour. But then that was over. My heart attack, like, stopped. And then that was that. And then, you know, landing, we, like, had a bump and we hit the ground. It wasn't too bad compared to the turbulence we had in the sky. My mum laughed at me the whole time, by the way. Like, both on my first flight and, well, not as much as my first flight, but the second flight as well, mainly. Because again, by instinct, my arm, like my hand wrapped around the armrest and actually physically wouldn't let go. So, you know. And she laughed at me so much I ended up hitting her with, like, a bottle I had. It's like an empty bottle of water, so I just hit her a couple times. She wasn't mad at me or anything. Didn't stop her laughing though, so yeah, great mum. Yeah, so I can officially say that I don't really like planes. I mean, being in the sky is fine and all, it's just, you know, the part where I sometimes fear for my life because of turbulence. And the headaches from the changing atmosphere sometimes. But, you know, apart from that, I'm fine. Screw the results, my mum apparently says. Planes are the safest way to travel. She needs to show me those results because I don't trust any of that. But anyway, story 2 out of 4 is, what is this? I don't even know. Adventures in shopping. These all have names. I'm not going to say they're very good names, but they're names nonetheless. Adventures in shopping. So this was like a third day, maybe. I had found out on little handy Google Maps that there was a Disney store in Malaga, like 20 minutes away from where we normally shopped and while we were there. And so I forced my mum to go there. She ended up having a slight panic attack because we're out of our comfort zone, because we already can't speak the language. Right, so we can't exactly ask anyone really, because my mum didn't want to, because she didn't know whether they'd speak English or not. Like, if we just walked up to someone like, hey. So yeah, I had to calm her down. I was surprisingly calm. That's probably because we had my mum's phone here, looking at Google Maps, checking we were on the right way. It was mainly straight, and then you just turn in to go to the shopping centre I found for us. So that was great. My mum was very happy when we found it. So that was cool. I pushed her out of her comfort zone. We found the Disney store. I got a Stitch mug, which is really cool. I also got something for Ellie because I told her I found a Disney store, and I ended up promising her I'd get her something. What is this? Okay, sure. If you want to know what that is, it's just my Sims game. It told me it was ready to play. Probably because it's updated or something. You know. I was gonna get a Simba plushie, but I got that when I got home. He's actually, like, right here. Look at Simba. He would have cost me €12 if I bought him in Malaga. He costed me £8 instead. Possibly still a bit too much to spend on the plushie, but, you know, it's Simba. Yeah, so we found the Disney store. We also found Primark. I got some cool new clothes. I got Ellie a gift that she doesn't know what it is yet. She just knows what her souvenir from Malaga is. That I got her, Vienna, and Hallie. My voice sounded strange there for a minute. I don't know if you heard it or not. I get sidetracked a lot. You should know this by now. Yeah, anyway, right, story. So yeah, we found Primark, we found the Disney store. That was cool. We were gonna go in game, But then I just left it and I went to game, like at the same time I went to the Disney store when we got home. I didn't actually get anything in game because I didn't have enough money left over. So I got Simba and I got a new Funko Pop. And he's up there. I have like 4. I didn't get the 4, like, when I went to, God no. I have 2 Gravity Falls ones up there, they're like Bill Cipher and different kinds. They're from, I got them at Christmas. I got Keith over like some random pocket money I got, so I got my mum to order him from eBay. And the one I got when I got home is Yami Yugi. He's up there from Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, anyway, that was that. My mum got extremely uncomfortable on the way finding that shopping centre, but was incredibly happy when we did. We went there 2 days in a row, I believe. Because I actually got some like pyjamas, but then they didn't fit because the hanger said extra small, but then the label was actually like, it's a large, so we had to go back like the next day and fix that. That was wonderful. Yeah, you know. And I just told my stepdad Andy, and like he was like, "Woohoo! You did it! You're doing your holiday properly, and not just sitting at a beach." We could have gone to a beach, but it was too far away to walk to, so we didn't want to do that because we are in Malaga, and you know, we just didn't. Plus, it was like extremely hot, and I would have burned alive on that beach. But anyway, story 3. This one's called Newspaper Drama. You probably are very confused about this one, but this I can explain to you right now. This was the last day of our holiday. We were just going back to the casual town centre we always went to get some last minute like souvenirs and gifts to bring back for everyone, like all my siblings-in-law, nephews, you know, things like that. And so there's all these like little performers and stuff in this one. Like there's one guy who coated himself in like silver and pretended to be a statue and he'd move every so often. That was cool. There was someone else who looked like he was sitting in an invisible chair. 2 other guys who did like this whole like dance performance thing. And so on and so on. One of the ones we saw, well first of all I should say, we took photos of like all these guys. They didn't mind. They were completely fine. In fact, they loved it. But yeah. Then we got to this guy. He had like this wall behind him that he had made that was coated in newspaper. He had a little dog a fake dog next to him that had newspaper over it. He was covered in newspaper. Like he was made up to be some newspaper man. Don't get what that was. And so my mum thought it was cool, you know, as you do, because we've never seen a guy coat himself in newspaper before. And so she took a photo, right? That's cool. Everyone else was fine with it, but no. So we just took our photo, tried to leave, but he like takes his little newspaper stuff on his face off, right? Storms up to us, throws like a 5 cents at my mum, and like gets really mad at her in Spanish, because obviously like he was speaking Spanish, we didn't know what he was saying. But yeah. So he like literally threw like a 5 cents or 10 cents coin at her because we didn't put like a bit of money in his bowl. Everyone else was fine with it, but no, this one guy was really mad. Like he was so mad. Like I looked back at him after. He like hadn't put his he'd taken all the newspaper off and he was just like standing grumpily next to his little scene he had made. So he must have been pissed off. But, you know, that's your problem, dude. And this leads us to our 4th and final story. It came early. You may or may not be able to guess what this is. First thing I'm going to say, I am a 14-year-old girl. And so, I expected, right? We got back to Saturday, okay? I knew for a fact that I was due for my period the Sunday after, right? And I didn't bring any pads or anything, or any, like, you know, products. because I was like, oh, the past like 4 or 5 months it has been on the date, like exact the day I had marked on my calendar. That has been the day I have gotten it. We were at the airport on Saturday, standing in this long ass queue that was taking. It took like half an hour, maybe longer, to check our suitcases in. And I feel it, and I'm just like, oh, I think that came early. So we still had to stand here though, because we had to check our bags in first. Well, I was actually having a midlife crisis, you know. I was in panic. I was like, oh no, crap, I don't have anything on, and I think I have just got on my period at the bloody airport, standing to check our bags in. But yeah, so I had to wait that whole time, and I was safe though, thank God. Like, nothing had like bled through or anything, so we quickly, because I checked that, and then we quickly went to, I put some tissue on just to be safe, and we went to a shop, got me some pads, and I was good. I was perfectly fine. Until we were waiting in the line at Burger King, and I then proceeded to get stomach cramps and back cramps, so I ended up sitting on the floor against like a glass wall, like everyone else did, waiting for my mum to get us Burger King. But, you know. So, that was that. And now I know I'm never going to be unprepared ever again. Especially not at an airport in Malaga. Yeah, great. But overall, my holiday was pretty good. I had fun. Bought some cool stuff. For example, I got a Stitch mug. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really all the stories I had. These 4. I obviously put so much effort into these. But yeah, those are my stories from Malaga. And all I can say now is, if you want to find me elsewhere, I will have all my social media in the description, like I always do. I should have a new video out by the end of this week, at least. And also like, comment, and subscribe to become an asteroid. So, bye!